Hello hikers, welcome back to African Hiker. I'm Anita and I make videos about various hiking trails in Africa. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a day-by-day breakdown of Namibia's toughest hike, the NAUKLUFT Trail. It is an 8-day hike covering a distance of 120 kilometers in what is considered the oldest desert in the world. Before I address each day, I'm going to go through some things that apply to the overall hike. The first thing to note is that the park fees must be paid in cash. And they amount to 8 times more than the hike, so make sure you have enough cash on you. NWR, who operates the hiking trail, camping grounds and restaurant, have a card machine. So for those things, you can make a card payment. It's just for the park fees. Secondly, you're on the desert. Start hiking early and then take longer lunches during the heat of the day. We started each day at about 7:15, which was pretty much first light. Third, the word hut is used very loosely. These are shelters. They consist of a short wall and you're going to be sleeping on the ground. Bring a top. Fourth, there was a lot more chains and rock climbing and like scrambling than I had expected. For me, this was a plus, but if you are someone who is scared of heights or like squeamish, like when you have like long drops next to you, then it's something you want to keep in mind. And without further ado, let's go hike the NAUKLUFT. Day 1. Hikers Haven to Putta Shelter. We hiked 14 kilometers and had an elevation gain of 638 meters. The trail starts with easy walking in a dry riverbed. We then left the river and began the first of many climbs on this hike. The views were rewarding. On the brown earth, you can see the green veins where the water flows. The 8-day trail will take us around the perimeter of the NAUKLUFT Nature Reserve. This is the perfect hike for those who appreciate being completely isolated in vast, beautiful landscapes. Whoa. Don't take the short way down. There's only one group starting the hike each day, so chances are you won't find anyone else on the trail. We contoured along the mountain until we reached our first hut. The hut felt like it would never arrive. We hiked and hiked and hiked and hiked, and then suddenly you turn the corner and it's right there on the opposite hillside. I honestly thought that these shelters were converted animal shelters left by the previous farmers. This is cute. Oh, they make fires there. Thought we're not allowed to make fire. But actually, these basic huts were built especially for us hikers. There's like nothing in here. Like nothing. So this is where we get our water. You turn the wheel.
Ready? Yeah.
Ready, are you ready? Oh,
Much better.
and
Charming.
there's where the water comes out. Oh, there it is. Day 2. Putta Shelter to Busa's hut. We hiked 15 kilometers and had an elevation gain of 261 meters. We started our day with a glorious sunrise and spent the morning up on the escarpment hiking deeper into the folds of the NAUKLUFT mountain range. See, I'm too scared to go too close because I just feel like I'll slide in. But I also want to see.
Curiosity.
Yeah. Look at this. This ground is just rock.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there must have been a farmstead or something here. I mean, you don't do this in the middle of nowhere.
There must have been something. So this here is the Namakwa fig.
This is spectacular.
When we got to Ubusu's cliff, we found water. Lots and lots of water. It looked like an oasis.
The biggest ones have legs.
Wow, this is so much water. More water than I ever expected to find.
There's plenty of
Look at that.
plenty of water. Still flowing, it's trickling. It's good water then.
Yeah. Then the fun began. As we went further down the cliff, things got steeper and chains have been put in place to assist us hikers along the way. Some of these are not for the faint-hearted.
That looks great.
Oh, thank you.
Real proud.
There's the bottom.
Just look up there. What is up there?
That's what I want to find out.
So we go down that chain there, clip, 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 all the way down over, and then there's the footprints. And we follow those and we go to the other side there, and then up and over, and there's other chains there that we'll take down. We had to climb down really high cliffs. I wish I could give you the height, but I'm not so good at estimating. But just look at it. That is not a safe height to fall from. I reckon that some of these are higher than the chain ladders in the Drakensberg.
Yeah, I promise you, some of the stuff is.
At the bottom of the cliff, we followed the riverbed towards our hut for the night. Remember how I moaned about the basic shelters on day one? Well, the hut made me miss the shelter. All I will say is that a simple shelter is easy to maintain and keep fresh. The huts get real creepy real fast. Okay. Oh, it's pitch black. You guys can't even see anything. It looked really pretty on the outside though.
Horrible thing.
These, I don't want a mattress. These look like, oh. Yeah, look, here's the mattress. It looks very dusty and there's something living in it. Day 3. Ubusu's hut to Adlerhurst shelter. We hiked 13 kilometers and had an elevation gain of 370 meters. In the morning, we walked in the dry riverbed back towards Ubusu's cliff where we were yesterday. Wow. NAUKLUFT actually means narrow cliff. Wait, cliff isn't English. Canyon. Narrow canyon. Or a gully.
You know, this borders on insanity here, I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah, this was my least favorite part. I struggled the most with this last section. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so smooth.
And it's too tight.
Yeah.
I actually ended up just holding. I let my legs go because I couldn't find rock footholds.
We went up the chains, and even though we had been there just the day before, it felt and looked different. Climbing up the chains was definitely easier than going down. And it was nice to get to experience the cliff in reverse. The hike today was easy once we got to the top of the mountain. It was long stretches of level walking. This section is called Kudu Plains. We all had our eyes peeled, yearning to spot some wildlife. We were disappointed, but then in the middle of the night, a herd of mountain zebra were right by our shelter. Like, they walked right past us. They were just chilling. And mountain zebras make the weirdest sounds. Like, all you would hear is like, gah, 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 gah. And then you hear, I can't make the sounds, but it actually, when we were standing outside trying to like guess what it is, because you couldn't see them as well, and we're trying to guess what animal it was. I was really thinking it was probably something related to a pig because of all the snorting, but it's a mountain zebra.
This is gonna be better than the last one, Anita. They're in the pot. This is a lot of work.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
You're a lot of work. What's that little drop?
And then it's really gonna spring now. I can feel the. Oh, it's not. Oh, there.
Because most of the time it's just, oh, here is this mountain, grass, path,
That's nice
path.
about the canyon, because like it really stands out. All the other pictures are gonna look quite similar.
Yeah. At least now there'll be a bit of a sunrise. Here's the trail. Hi, see people on the hike. Here we are. Day 4. Adlerhurst shelter to Samsorst. We hiked 17 kilometers and had an elevation gain of 353 meters. Crickets are Namibia's national insects. Okay, I made that up, but seriously, they're everywhere. Whether you're hiking Fish River Canyon in the south or Brandberg in the north, these insects are there. They are there everywhere. They're just all over Namibia. Ugh. Oh.
I need some water.
Oh. I wonder what lives in there.
Yeah.
The Namib-Naukluft hiking trail is a test of stamina. It is 120 kilometers long and takes you up, down, over, around, and squeezes you into tight spaces through the Naukluft Mountains. Okay.
Got it there? Yeah. Have you got it?
Yep.
Problem is now not to drop the pack.
Oh, slip.
Okay. Oh.
That's how we do it.
Okay, I'll go down so long.
Yeah. And then we can pause.
Like, this one's not as bad. Just slide my backpack down, my poor cup. You slide it here, it will come down easily.
Okay.
Just push your pack and then just pass Roger's pack as well. Get all the packs down. Well, I'm currently recording, so smile.
You still recording?
After the tunnel, we hiked in the riverbed and then climbed up the mountain and down the opposite side. The uphill was tough, short and steep, but the downhill was not pleasant. It was worse. This is where trekking poles came in handy. And now we're going down towards the waterfall. I don't even see a waterfall. Maybe here? I don't know, it's a dry waterfall. But anyway, footprints say go down. Can you believe that we had rain on the Naukluft in May? It was only drizzling here, but that night it rained on and off and the temperatures plummeted. It was so cold. As a group, we opted for the resupply. NWR charges a fixed fee for this service and we split it amongst ourselves. Samsorst is the only shelter where you're allowed to have a fire, and you can arrange for NWR to bring meat for you to braai. They also sell ice-cold drinks when they do the drop-off. Do you want to explain to the people what you are doing?
lighting a fire. That's all.
With a gas canister.
Yes. Not this. This. Oh, look at this.
The gas
It's
is still
perfect.
on, eh?
Yo.
Oh, look at the sun shining through there.
So there's supposed to be a watering hole here somewhere. We're looking for it, but we have not come across it. In the late afternoon, we took a walk to the watering hole, hoping to spot some animals. We didn't, but we got to witness one of the most spectacular sunsets. Day 5. Squeamish to NAUKLUFT. We hiked 17 kilometers and had an elevation gain of 574 meters. Day 5 started with low temperatures and a big climb. When we reached the top, we were greeted with the warmth of the sun and euphorbias. Lots and lots of euphorbias. The vegetation of the NAUKLUFT has been classified as semi-desert savanna. You will come across plants like aloe, fig, acacia, euphorbia, quiver trees, and many more that I can't identify. We saw a lot of wildlife while on the Melkbos Plain. Today was the first time we got close views of the shy Hartmann's mountain zebra. These mountain zebras were often in small groups, unlike the large herds of the other zebras that I'm used to seeing. An ongoing discussion on the trail was whether or not they looked different from the plains zebra. What stood out to me was their bold stripes on their butts, and how the stripes on their bodies don't go all the way down to their bellies. Wow. Day 6. Defiler shelter to Tufa shelter. We hiked 16 kilometers and had an elevation gain of 716 meters. We started the day with a steep climb up the mountain to the top of Defiler waterfall. The NAUKLUFT demands for you to be fit and sure-footed. The last 4 days are more difficult than the first 4. I would say this is due to 3 reasons. We have greater distances to hike combined with an increased elevation gain and fatigue from having already hiked the first 4 days. Okay, we have been walking on the thinnest edge. I didn't film that because I value my life and it is so windy, but we are finally on top of the waterfall and look at it. Oh, look at all that water. It's so cold. Like, look at us. Down jackets on. He has all his warm things on. It's just that jersey. Hey Roger.
Yeah.
Because
Oh my God.
who would have thought it would be this cold on the NAUKLUFT?
Oh, it is so free.
I brought gloves.
You got your legs out.
How are we gonna do this?
How could you? I mean, never mind.
Well, people balance around the edge here.
Look at all this water, and we have to get
We have to get
There
across to that chain.
to the chain. Oh my gosh.
How do we get there?
So normally you would walk there, right?
Yeah, easy.
How far down does it go?
Whoa.
Yeah, to all these rundungen, and you just go into there
What?
and there's the chain. And you,
You must be kidding me.
yeah.
Yeah. I found this chain so sketchy.
So cold.
That too.
Okay, then
envy you for your gloves now, I must say. Your gloves.
Oh, my gloves. Best thing ever. Don't leave home without gloves. Okay. Oh, so pretty. Only thing we don't have is the weather. Hut number 6. Ah, here's the little pumping. Here's today's pump. So you have to wind it for 2 minutes.
Yeah, the water only goes.
Whoa.
You can do like fast forward here.
Yay, brown water, my favorite. Day 7. Tufa shelter to Kapokvalkte shelter. We hiked 14 kilometers and had an elevation gain of 668 meters. The NAUKLUFT mountains have many small streams and deep gorges. A lot of the time we did not feel like we were hiking in the desert. We climbed large boulders and used chains to get up high waterfalls. The cliffs were so tranquil with an abundance of birds. There are over 200 species found here.
Not so bad from here.
Yeah, not so bad now that we're halfway. Look how pretty it is.
Just
Here we go, up the ups.
unbelievable.
And there's supposed to be no water today. We hiked to the highest point of the NAUKLUFT, which is just below 2,000 meters. From here, we hiked on flat red earth towards our hut. This was the first time this whole hike that I felt like I was hiking in the Namib desert. Ah, this is quite pleasant.
We made it.
We made it. Here it is. Well, I'm glad they've planted us some trees. It would have been very hot here. It says here that the water was brought by helicopter, but I think they're bluffing. Day 8. Kapokvalkte shelter to Hiker's Haven. Please forgive me for butchering this word. We hiked 16 kilometers and had an elevation gain of 199 meters. The NAUKLUFT ended with a bang. Once we were off the escarpment, we hiked along the most beautiful streams. The NAUKLUFT is one of the few places in the area that is able to store and release rainwater. And because of this, the trail has so many crystal clear pools. This section of the 8-day hike joins with the NAUKLUFT Day Trail. It is pool after pool after pool. Wow. Look at all these pools, like eat your heart out. If time doesn't allow for you to do the full NAUKLUFT Trail, then definitely visit the national park and do this section as a day hike. It is so beautiful and unlike any other trail I have done in Namibia. And that's that. We are finished.
Yeah,
The NAUKLUFT mountain range.
So what shall we do first?
That is Reiter Richard Krammer.
We're back! Oh wow!
Hey, hey, hey!
Oh my goodness!
Oh, thank you!
Hey, look at that!
Oh, this is so cute! After the hike, we went to Sossusvlei and spent time walking along the dunes and seeing the sights. I have a video of that coming up, so make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out. Thanks for watching. Goodbye!